Hola, hola, hello. This is Isma, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to this episode of Adventures of a Funny Human. Today's adventure is going to be more like an emotional one, uh, because yes, I'm coming out of the closet spiritually. This is something that I've been thinking about and I've been wanting to share for a very long time, and now I'm putting the pieces together and the words with it, and I'm very happy and excited to share. So yeah, the reason why it feels adventures, it's because, well, it's joyful to share it itself. It's joyful, and there's this inner, yeah, this inner spark kind of uh, coming out and saying, yes, we are so happy to share this. Let's do it. Second is because I know that on the other side of sharing it, not only on the other side of the screen, but also on the other side, metaphorically, on the other side of sharing this or doing this adventure, there is something unknown to be discovered. There is some growth there that I don't know of yet. I have some intuition of it, and I have some picture of it, but it's not until we do the adventure that we kind of explore it and we find out. So it feels that that's why it's also feeling adventures for that, and also feels adventures because it's a bit risky. It feels a bit risky, and I'll explain more about this kind of feeling of a little bit of risk. It's not a big risk, but it feels a bit like jumping into this unknown. It's like, okay, how's it gonna be? Like, oh, ooh. So a little bit of risk. And well, I wanted to start uh, by saying that, yeah, I'll go into the a little bit personal experience about this coming out of the closet spiritually and what I mean by that, and the big calling that I feel in that humanity has towards this as well, towards coming out of the spiritual closets. Yeah. Um, and well, my channel eventually, well, it has different purposes, but one of them internally is to share rather than seeking for perfection, because that's something that I can fall into easily. And I could be editing or thinking about this video for years and not sharing it. But at this point, it's for me more important to share it. And if there is something missing or something that from what I shared that is not clear, or I don't know, you have some doubts about it, or you would like me to dig into more, or to explore more, to explain more about, just ask, just write in the comments, and then yeah, just do that. So that being said, um, personally, I noticed that, yeah, this kind of risky feeling of sharing this, it's because connecting with, personally for me, connecting with the spiritual realm, to the invisible realm, to the subtle energies within, feels very natural. It's feeling, it's it's been feeling natural somehow. Somehow it's been feeling familiar for many years, since I was a child, since I was a teenager. Yeah. But it's been in the last years, in the last, I don't know, let's say three years, that it's becoming more natural, and I'm becoming more at, not only at ease with it, but also more confident and more yeah, and kind of not that I cannot deny it anymore, and it's something that is like, well, this is part of who I am. I cannot deny this to myself, and I cannot deny this in the sharing with others as well. So yeah, why it feels risky is because when I do this, when I share about this, uh, one-to-one, like either in mm, conversations with friends, with with people that I'm very close with, or when I do this in sessions, when I guide sessions. Well, for me, it's normal to channel information, to perceive the other person's energy, what is kind of between the lines of what they are saying and what is uh, 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 available in their energy field to be put on the table and to work with that. So it's very easy for me to connect with the other person's soul, and to read the information, also evaluates kind of in on the spot what is this person open to, and what is what the word comes is sustainable. What there should be a better word, but for now I have that one. What is ba- what is sustainable? Let's say what is sustainable for the person in that moment to receive, and then we work with that. So if I can be seeing information about that person's soul, but I've also learned to, it's not about how much information you bring about that person's soul, but also what is the availability of that person, and the awareness, the willingness to receive that information, because sometimes the person is not willing to, and that's something that for me it's very important to respect and be aware of, not only be aware of but only to respect. So when I do this, like, yeah, I go to the sessions part. For me, it's very natural to ask, and when I say ask, not only ask to the person itself, which I do also, but also to ask their energy, their information in their soul. So for me, that's very very natural. And when I think about sharing this for more people, even though I'm speaking now alone on my own to the camera, but I know that more people will receive this, will see this. I'm a little bit like, oh shit, what are they gonna think? Or are they gonna think I lost it, I went crazy, or are they gonna even, I don't know, some close people or some people that I know, some friends even, like, or are they gonna just stop, I don't know, loving me, or stuff like that. So that's why it feels a bit risky, but it also important. That's why this expression comes very, it matches really well this expression of coming out of the closet spiritually, which I heard, by the way, in a podcast by Rich Roll. I cannot remember the name of the interviewer, of the interviewed. The interviewer is Rich Roll. I cannot remember. I'll check it out, and I'll leave the link in the description. There was a great interview, and in that conversation, they mentioned this concept of coming out of the closet spiritually, and for me it was like, oh shit, yeah, that's so important, for not only for me, but I also feel that there's this collective calling for that. There is a collective human calling to come out of the closet. For many years, for centuries, for millennia, there has been the idea of spirituality, or the idea of the invisible realm, has been relegated to some people who were in charge of that, or some groups of people who were like, yeah, we take care of this. What happens nowadays is that humanity is in a moment of evolution that we are seeking for that. We are so much starving for that. what is beyond, what is beyond myself as a person, as Isma, or as whatever is your name. What is beyond our flesh and bones. And the thing is that we don't have much education in that. We don't have much training of that. We have been kind of told what it is, but we haven't been really experimenting or exploring it directly in ourselves. So it feels, for many people, it feels something that it's a bit alien. It's something like that is foreign. But actually, this spiritual part of us, or this energetic part, this invisible realm of us, it's, well, it's not only what connects us all in life, it's not only the fabric of life that connects us all, this quantum field now that scientists have been talking about and sharing about and discovering and acknowledging for some years already. But also there is, it's not only that connects us all and everything, but also there's something in each of us that it's uniquely ours. There is this inner force, there is this light of our soul that it's ours, and that we are inhabited of, if that makes sense. I will put it in some other words that might be confusing. So yeah, what I mean is that there is not we haven't been educated on that, and we need that education, we need that learning, and we don't have much references. So we kind of have to, yeah, we get some references from people, from some teachers. It's like, okay, that seems like that makes sense to me. And I mean, there are a lot of books, a lot of readings, a lot of people sharing about this nowadays. But what I believe it's so important. Oh, some sounds coming out there. I think that's fine. Shit. Well, I want to share this because this is part of the adventure, also, and I feel a little bit. Well, I see myself like judging myself, saying like, "Oh, this is crazy. People are not gonna understand this. Well, why are you sharing this and all that kind of thing?" And I feel it like a little bit uncomfortable with that, but yeah, I'm gonna share it anyway because it's important and it's meaningful for me, and again, within that uncomfort, there is joy, because it's like, yes, I share it, I do it instead of that kind of discomfort. So going back to what I was saying, this invisible realm in us is the most human thing. It's very human. We have been separating a lot spirits, we have been separating a lot energetic, the energetic realm from the matter realm, and it's time already to have an update on that, and to update ourselves on that we are not only part of something bigger, that we are part of this universe, we are part of the earth, we are part of the universe, we are intrinsically connected, but also ourselves, we are way bigger than we think, in the sense of than this matter state. So yeah, the thing with this is that there are a lot of taboo about it, and sharing it uh, might feel scary, because it's like, okay, what are people are gonna think about me? What are they gonna say? And well, many things. And what I'm realizing, is that first, how important is to listen to yourself, to trust your listening, and to nurture this inner space within that accepts us in a profound way, that loves us in a profound way. That's actually our soul. That's the voice of our soul, to nourish that space, that inner home, and to nourish also relationships with others in which this is accepted, this is listened to, this is received. So yeah, this is for me, those things are very, very important. And also to, basically to get rid of those stigma, of those taboos that are around the spiritual realm. Because also in the name of spirituality, very bad things have been done. I mean, bad things have been done in the name of many of many things. But yeah, with spirituality, there is this kind of thing of, oh, this is something obscure, like, how do I get there? Well, I would say that you go one step at a time, and the most important thing is your own listening, and respect your own rhythm. That's fundamental. Yeah. So while I'm doing this video, I realized that this is an invitation. Well, first for myself, it's an invitation for me to keep validating them within, because as I was saying before, when I'm speaking one-to-one with some people, I can go all in, and I can explain like what I've been receiving from asking my soul, or asking their soul, for example. So we can talk about that in sessions. I do that, and that feels totally normal. So I realized that this invitation it's first for me to say, okay, yeah, this is part of being human. It's a super important part of being human. And it's also an invitation for you to acknowledge that, and to come out of the closet in the way that feels most loving and caring for yourself. That's also important in my view, that sometimes we think about this. I'm going back to the idea of adventure, when I was saying at the beginning that it feels a bit risky. It feels a bit risky, but I'm not putting myself out there in a place that I feel totally fucked up. I'm not doing that. It feels a bit risky, but it's challenging enough, but sparkly. It feels like, oh yeah, exciting. So what I would recommend is that, let's come out of the closet, of the spiritual closet, acknowledge our virtues, our gifts, our talents, our those invisible or those subtle things that we might kind of acknowledge somehow, or we might have a hint of, but they are there. So let's give space to those, and share it in places that feels comfortable. Meanwhile, you are nurturing that inner space and that confidence within. What I was saying about this is that sometimes I see that we have somehow the idea that yeah, we have to get out of the comfort zone, and I have to express it, and then we put ourselves in places where we are so vulnerable. So it's important to do it. For me, it's important to do it one step at a time. That feels it's okay if it feels a bit uncomfortable. Nothing against uncomfort, but that it feels respectful for ourselves. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. That's what I wanted to that's what I have today to share. Again, if there is something more that you would like to explore, uh, or something that was missing, or you missed something, just let me know in the comments. And oh yes, and something also that I wanted to share is that if you want to have some guidance into listening to those gifts, into reconnecting to that inner voice of yours, yes, I have open spaces for sessions to do that. I do individual sessions with that. So just contact me in the description somewhere, and yeah, let's talk about it and we can get into it. I'll be so happy to help you with that. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking like, what ending should I have for my videos? I don't know. Well, for now, I just say goodbye, take care, and see you soon.